I just got off work. Last video we did push rods. This video we're gonna do transmission. I think that might actually be good. Who knows? All right. This guy has some shit on it. This is the ratcheting kicker, the kicker gear ratcheting shit. Which honestly we could probably run this, but that bearing doesn't feel good. So we are going to change that. That bearing feels actually pretty bad. All right. About to break my fucking flathead. Oh, there we go. Alrighty. All of these keyways are stuck. There's one. There's two. Cool. That was aggressive. All right, we'll give this a fucking shot in the dark. And here's what we're gonna do. Start counter shaft shit. Don't need. Now, there's plenty of ways to do this. A lot of guys will have arguments on whether they want to use lithium, like white lithium grease, or they want to use, you know, assembly lube. This is going to be easier to get it to hold with the grease. So I have some right here. Oh, this is wax. Fuck. We're going to try gear oil. It's the thickest oil I have. And we're going to try to make it stick on there. Okay. So now we're just trying to get it to seat in here. Let me clean that inner race. Just wipe that inner race down. Okay. Fuck. All right, that's simple. And actually I gotta pull that, bearing or that seal. Okay, so that guy is in there. I'm gonna hold this like this so it doesn't fall out. Just pop this guy in here. Washer. Snap ring. And then it says high gear on one side. High should go towards fourth. Get that past the reverse gearing. Okay, come on, motherfucker. Come on, motherfucker. Flat side, right? If you're not getting the flat side right there, flip it. Like if you're fucking doing it like this and you're like, oh, well, the flat side's right there, but it's not lining up, flip the fucking thing. All right, so I've got these guys pretty hand tight. Next thing to do is get this shaft bolted in. We're gonna use the bolt that came with this as well as this washer. Just because this one was fighting me a little bit. Because I can lock the transmission when I get the counter shaft in, we're just going to do the counter shaft real quick. Come back and finish that up. I'll show you what I mean by when I say I can lock the transmission. This guy should just fit in like that. I need to get this guy standing up so I could get this guy in. There's one. Okay, that slid in pretty easy. I don't know what washer this is. Fourth gear, fifth gear? I don't know, fucking whatever. Come on, brother. Come on, brother. So this flat side meets up with this flat side of this guy. But I don't even know if you could see, there's another flat side inside of it. There's a flat side on the counter shaft. So we need to twist it 180. And that right there, my friends, is that. This guy's got to go on flat side. Tighten this guy down. I don't know where my 7/8 socket went. Trying to tighten that so that seal's going to sit in there. So we're going to keep going until there's those locking tabs on there. Trying to get these guys up. Okay. Counter shaft's on. In there. We're spinning free. Probably 7 thou. I don't know what the spec is. 7 to 10 thou. Feels like it. Next thing to do is the kicker gear. Now that I can basically lock this transmission by putting this guy in gear and this dog in gear right there. So that locks the transmission. I'll do that for the winch sprocket too. Remember, these guys go together like that. But we're gonna fit this guy in. This guy's gonna go on top. There's a keyway in here. Keyway. So there's a little slice out of here, little cutout of this fucking, I don't know what this fucking shaft's called. It's a shifter shaft. So there's a little cutout on this shifter shaft, and this hole right here is basically like a stay for it. So what I need to do is basically make sure that that lines up. With that little piece right there, fits in. Before we put the lid on, these guys right here are gonna sit in between the gears, right? You don't want them, you want them in neutral, right? You don't want them catching any other gears. So you want both of them in neutral. Throwout bearing needs to go through. It's that way. Throwout bearing out of the way behind the kicker gear, and then you go in from there. Okay.